Hello everyone and welcome back to the EDH Jank Center, your source for everything Commander and everything Jank. I'm your host Jordan or Prairies, and today we are talking about the Brothers War, baby! Woo doggy, there has been some amazing cards spoiled from this upcoming set, the Brothers War. But if you don't want to get spoiled, just leave right now. Leave right now, you can go watch my other videos. It's right here. Click right here. Okay, I think they're gone. Okay, so today's video is about 5 commanders from the Brothers War that I think are great for budget builds and beyond. I'll be going over 5 commanders that I really love from this set. I'll be talking about some of their synergies and hopefully giving you some ideas on how you can start making your own budget builds with these cards. All right, without further ado, let's move on to our first card of the day, kiddos. And that card is, drumroll, Gwena, Eyes of Gaia, 2 and a green, legendary creature, elf druid scout from the Brothers War. You can tap her and add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activate abilities of a creature or creature card. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on Gwena, Eyes of Gaia and untap it, and she's a 2/3. Man. She untaps herself. Like, what? So this can obviously be an amazing support card in decks like Goreclaw or Nikia of the Old Ways, but I think it also works as the commander, as the general of a big, thick, stompy boy build. You can obviously take it the more expensive route. If you got the cash, absolutely go for the questing beasts, go for all the big boy stuff. But you can absolutely build Gwena on a budget. Your most expensive cards, honestly, are going to be your cost reducers. We're going to run Nylea, we're going to run Goreclaw, and other cost reducers to help make these big boys a little less expensive. And with all those expensive cards out of the way, we can pack our deck full of really cheap cards like Colossal Dreadmaw, dude. Come on. With all the ramp that's in mono green, with Gwena helping us with that ramp, with all of our cost reducers, we're going to be playing things like Colossal Dreadmaw for ultra cheap. And the best part about it is when we cast those cheap creatures, we'll be untapping Gwena, able to tap her for more mana, which makes us able to cast more creatures. And you see where I'm going with this. This is a great stompy commander from the Brothers War, and I love it. I'm probably going to be adding it to my own personal collection very soon. Speaking of personal collection, this card is absolutely going in there as well. It's Tawnos the Toymaker, 3 and a green blue, legendary creature, human artificer from the Brothers War. Whenever you cast a beast or bird creature spell, you may copy it, except the copy is an artifact in addition to its other types. The copy becomes a token, and he's a 3/5. So this card slaps. This is very similar to Volo Guide to Monsters from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, except this is a much more narrow build, but I honestly really love it. It's a very janky tribal build with lots of artifact synergies, but you can just stuff this deck with lots of cheap birds and beasts. For example, here are some of the birds you can use in the build. You'll be making token copies of these, so you want to be abusing enter the battlefield effects ideally, but since the copies are going to be artifacts, you might want to include things like Blasting Station to really make use of sacrificing all those token copies. But value's besides the point. It's birds and beasts, dude. Birds and beasts. All right, moving on to another fantastic tribal commander. It is the Arcanumadrite, 2 blue, red, white, legendary creature, human advisor from the Brothers War commander. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life, where X is the number of cards in your hand minus 4. Whenever you gain life, each advisor, artificer, and monk you control gains vigilance and gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gained. Tap 3 untapped advisors, artificers, and or monks you control and draw a card, and it's a 0/5. Sorry, I just threw up in excitement because a monk, advisor, artificial tribal deck is on the table now. But yeah, I love the design of this card. Each of the 3 abilities feeds into one another. Highly synergistic. There's lots of really cool advisors, artificers, and monks out there. It's an aggro deck, which is so cool. And it makes Jeskai, at least for me, which is a color combo that I don't really vibe with too often, very appealing and interesting now. What's really cool though about this card is it enables us to use some janky includes, which you know we love here on the EDH Jank Center. So Fleet-footed Monk, Golden Tail Disciple, all of a sudden become pretty freaking good in the build. And as I'm talking about this, I'm getting very excited. Look out for an Arcanumadrite full deck tech soon. All right, up next we got Harbin, Vanguard Aviator, white and a blue, legendary creature, human soldier from the Brothers War. He has flying. Whenever you attack with 5 or more soldiers, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain flying until end of turn, and he's a 3/2. This is just a super low to the ground, fun to build Azorius tokens deck, dude. There are tons of cards in the game like Cloud Goat Ranger and Argivian Cavalier that make 1/1 soldiers when they enter the battlefield, so I'm thinking we do a token blink deck. So we blink creatures like Argivian Cavalier with stuff like Conjurer's Closet and the various instants and sorceries in white and blue that also do this same effect. And then boom, boom, pow, baby, we use our commander's ability as the finisher. Whoa, hold your horses. Just like that, we are almost at the last card of the video. Guys, if you stuck around this far, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you check out the Patreon. The link is in the description description below. We've got lots of cool benefits for patrons, including a patron-only Discord where we chat about cards, sets, spoilers, deck techs, anything and everything MTG, and we have a lot of fun in there. So if that sounds appealing to you, check out that link in the description. All your support helps me make more videos like this for you guys. Okay, moving on to our last card of the day, which is our only non-budget option, unfortunately, because I can't imagine when this set comes out it dipping below $1, but it's Gix Yawgmoth Praetor, 1 black legendary creature Phyrexian Praetor from the Brothers War. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life. If they do, they draw a card, and you can pay 4 black, discard X cards, exile the top X cards of target opponent's library. You may play lands and cast spells from among cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs, and he's a 3/3. Now listen, that last ability is pretty busted, but I'm not really all that much of a theft player. I don't know about you guys, but it just feels kind of mean to me. Too mean for my playstyle, but teach their own. But I wanted to focus on that first ability because I think it could be really fun as a forced combat, and you know me, I love forced combat. A forced combat mono black commander. Basically run a lot of pillow fort effects like Revenge of Ravens and Hissing Miasma. We can also just run cards that make our opponents not want to attack us, so lots of death touch creatures, which we have plenty of access to in mono black. So those death touch creatures in combination with our pillow fort enchantments make it so that our opponents attack each other. They are all dealing combat damage to each other. They get to be drawing all the cards and they're losing life along the way, which makes it easier for us to eventually close out the game, hopefully. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of yet another video. If you really enjoyed this content, make sure you give it a like, and let me know down in the comments which Brothers War commander you're super excited about. Is there any of these 5 that I mentioned in the video that you'd like to see a full deck tech on? I'm always down there in the comments interacting with you guys, so come on down and have a chat with me. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'll see you on the next video.